From Brookside Park in Ashland, Ohio, it's the 29th annual Wendy's Softball Spring Classic, High School Softball Invitational. The Bradford Railroaders and the Anthony Wayne Generals going at it head-to-head as Cat Myers of Anthony Wayne delivers strike one to the leadoff hitter for Bradford. Austin Miller playing at second base. I'm Keith Kokenda along with Brian Skoronsky and Travis Berardi behind me.
What's up, Keith? How you doing?
Gorgeous day out here, 62 degrees as Myers misses outside to make it 1-1. Wind is blowing out there. If you can see can't quite see the flag out there, but it's blowing pretty much out to straightaway center of 20 to 25 miles per hour expected throughout the afternoon.
Haven't seen a home run yet, though. The first game we did not, even with the wind. But that was probably because the pitcher for Triway was pretty darn good, and Madison's was the same.
Yeah, Carter Wachtel throwing a one-hitter to get the win for Triway Titans. As you can look at Cat Myers, sophomore, can push in the upper 60s on the radar gun with the fastball as Miller fouls it away to stay in at 1-2.
Miller, 22 of 33, 667 average in 9 games this year. The best player out there for Bradford, the defending D4 state champs.
Miller, a senior, steps in, and love the fact that both teams wearing stirrups, proper baseball, softball uniforms. As Miller stays alive again with a foul ball near the Anthony Wayne dugout.
I always loved pulling my baseball pants up and showing the socks off.
Yes, I'm with you there.
That was the whole thing. I know, Brian, you didn't play baseball back in high school, but that was the thing. You pulled up, you had whatever colorful socks you had on underneath. That's just the way. That's how you had to do it.
Yeah,
roll up the legs.
Don't have to be a player to be able to appreciate the fashion, and I agree. You got
to left fading foul.
Get your stripes out there.
Yes. So George Hendrick was a terrific player, but I dislike him for the fact that he's the one who brought the long pants into vogue in baseball.
I just think it's too warm too. You got to get some
also
air
true.
underneath, right? So you got to pull up those.
Very true. Myers has only given up 2 earned runs so far this season as Miller hangs in there, fouling another one away. Not quite able to catch up with Myers' fastball.
It's another great pitcher we're seeing in this Invitational. We talked about Wachtel. She only gave up 3 earned runs going into the game. Actually, that stayed at 3 earned runs because it was an unearned run Madison got, but some great pitching, great hitters, D1 athletes. That's what's so good about this Wendy's Classic.
As Miller misses away, Myers misses away. When I thank Kat Myers. She retweeted one of my tweets yesterday, getting ready for this. I put out there to get ready for this game.
Gotta love when the schools and the teams give you some love for just
absolutely
showing stuff off.
Oh, yeah.
Not a ton of live streams going on around the state for the game of softball, so we're feeling very privileged this weekend to be here and put on a show.
This is a great at-bat to start things off. Also, just want to mention once again for the 560th time, this is the first time the OH Report is doing softball live and free for you. We had the 2 games yesterday, the game this afternoon, and now we'll have the 6 o'clock one as well between Ashland and Hillsdale, and then the 3 championships tomorrow.
Myers misses away as Miller patiently works the count full after fouling off a bunch of pitches.
This could be a big win for Miller and Bradford if she can work a walk here after the long at bat to start things off.
She was down 1-2 at one point. Right through the circle, slowly hit Miller with a chance to beat it out, and she does.
Bang, bang, play at first. Base goes to the runner. Tie goes to the runner,
We'll take another look at it, Brian and Travis.
Yeah, that's a great run by Abby Meyer. Had a nice throw on, too.
I think she might have just beat it out by half a foot, but big win there after the long at bat. She fouled off, 2 or 3? 2 strike counts. 5.
I think 5 at one point.
Yeah.
That'll bring up Izzy Hamilton playing at third as they charge from the corners. That's first to third defensively, number 6, Lily Campbell. 22, Abby Meyer, you just mentioned. Shortstop is Abigail Kennelly, and a third is Cowan. As that bunt is fouled off. Kennedy Cowan, number 32, a senior, charging in hard from third base. As Hamilton now at 1-1. Hamilton, a junior, playing at third today. And you can't get that bunt down either to get the count to 1-2. One thing we noticed earlier, Kat Myers, in addition to bringing the heat, she wants to get that first pitch strike in there.
He talks about just how dominant she's been, only giving up a couple of earned runs all season. So for the Railroaders, if they can get on the board here early, obviously that's huge for their confidence moving forward.
Myers just missing outside. And once again, she gets ahead of the hitter and then falls back to even at 2-2. Miller, the leadoff runner, over at first. She's going. Throw down is not nearly in time.
Ooh.
And now the throw gets bobbled out in center, and she'll go to third on the error.
Just that one little misstep in center field. She was able to read and react and get into scoring position.
So a stolen base, and E8 allows Miller to get to third. So a good early opportunity as we'll look at that. I thought we were going to get the replay there, but a good early opportunity for the Railroaders.
And Osty's got more than half of the team steals on the season, so she always aggressive on the base pass, and here she goes again.
And that pitch got away as Miller scores.
I think that went off her lid, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah.
It sounded like it.
Ball 4 and a wild pitch.
Let's look at it again.
Yeah, right off the top of the catcher's mitt, and then here's the throw. Yeah, that's right off the noggin there for Osty.
That's why they keep those helmets on.
It's a good way of using her head there.
Yeah, and the good thing, there wasn't very much pace on that toss. It was kind of a softer little throw there.
Nylani Byrice, the pitcher, stands in and takes strike one again. So 3 straight hitters. Myers has gotten the first strike over.
This is the third D4 versus D1 matchup we've seen here on the main field.
Byrice gets the bunt down. The only play is to first. And now they have the runner trapped, or no, she made it.
A little bit of a hesitation there by the shortstop. Allowed her to get the third underneath the tag.
Just a heads-up play by Hamilton. Sometimes you'll see a base runner that they'll freeze in that situation. They see the second baseman or the outfielder with the ball there. Just lickety-split, took off, and was able to get in underneath the throw.
Yeah, another one of those read and react moments to where she saw the ball going behind her, so she ran ahead. If she would have seen that ball immediately get thrown to third, she would have been right back at the bag at second base.
So now 1 out as Abby Fike playing at third base fouls off a bunt. A lot of seniors on this team, experienced team, as you mentioned, won the Division IV state championship a year ago.
Winner of this gets the winner of Keystone and Kings, the Division II state champion.
The squeeze play is on, runner holds. Now she comes to the play as they get the second out, and they get the double play.
What a play.
That was sick.
That's perfectly executed. You froze the runner at third just for a second, got the throw to first, and that was just enough to get the relay back.
So after one half inning of play, Bradford with the early lead over Anthony Wayne on OH Report.
Chips.
Fritos, man.
Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
College or pro ball?
College.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Actions or rom-coms?
Rom-coms.
Really? Camper or tent?
Tent.
Lab or poodle? Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything. Rock or country? Don't answer that.
Going to the bottom of the first in our second game this afternoon at the 29th annual Wendy Spring Classic. There you see Nylani Byrice, the starting pitcher for Bradford, making her 10th appearance. 3.13 ERA. She's allowed 46 hits and 25 runs in 44 2/3 innings. Byrice is a senior, and she'll be facing Abigail Kennelly, the Anthony Wayne shortstop, a sophomore. A left-handed hitting shortstop. Don't see too many of those. First pitch by Byrice misses outside. Remy Harleman at first. Izzy Hamilton at second. Austin Miller at shortstop. And Abby Fike at third defensively for the Railroaders. And Byrice quickly falling behind 2-0. Alani Cannon in left field. Her cousin Riley in center, and Alexis Barhorst in right. Into left center, the center fielder Riley Cannon playing way over left center makes the play.
Excellent start for Bradford here, getting that first out. The small school who's had the run of play so far, Trav, 2-0 against these D1s, and nice start for them here, and just a quick geography lesson for those of you who are not familiar with where Bradford is. It's outside of Dayton. Population 1,800.
Okay. That's a
Emily
shot.
Liskay into right field for extra bases. She's going to try for third, and she should make it easily.
And she is pumped up at third base.
Emily Liskay, junior center fielder, with a triple with one out.
And that's one of the hardest hit balls that we've seen so far this entire weekend. Maybe the second hardest hit of the 4 games that we've covered. And, yeah, she could have been in there easily. Probably just want to get a little bit of dirt on that jersey. Let mom know, hey, I came to play today.
Number 15, take a look at her,
Brooklyn Patchen stepping in. Patchen playing right field for the Generals. She also does some pitching. Patchen takes inside, the pitch gets away, and that will allow Liskay to score.
No!
They got her. Oh, I thought I saw the ball bobble free, but they got her at the plate.
Oh, what a grab by Byrizon to be able to apply the tag before the foot got to the plate. We got to see this again.
Well, this guy can't believe it.
We're going to get a look here, too. I think she got under.
Oh, I think you're right, Travis.
The umpire now was on the opposite side. I think he was blocked by the view, but clearly from up here it looked like she got under it.
If he had been one step to his left, he might have seen it a little better. Dan Kleiner, our home plate umpire, Shane Fawcett out at the bases. So the potential one-out rally is temporarily halted, so Patchen will step back in. Nobody on and 2 outs. Just missed foul down the left field line. Patchen is ticket for San Diego State. The Jackrabbits.
Yeah, she smoked that one just a couple of inches away from, definitely a double was in her future.
But a good sign for Anthony Wayne being able to get some hard hit balls early off of Byrice. So you know the old saw in baseball and softball, you like to get to pitchers early if you can. Off-speed misses upstairs.
We saw something like this in the Amherst Steel-Strasburg game last night. Looked like Amherst Steel scored on a tag-up sac fly, but the umpire said they left late, and that was it. They couldn't get anything going after that.
The shortstop Miller makes the play to end the inning. So the triple does no damage, and we'll go to the top of the second with Bradford still leading 1-0 on OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Going to the top of the second, Bradford Railroaders getting the first inning run to lead the Anthony Wayne Generals 1-0. Along with Travis Berardi and Brian Skoronsky, I'm Keith Kokenda. Glad you could join us here at the 29th Wendy Spring Classic Softball Invitational.
The best in Ohio playing here this weekend.
Yes.
Under beautiful weather.
The designated player Zoe Brewer will step in, a senior. Brewer batting .320 on the year. As you mentioned in the first game, a lot of dogs out here at the park. It's a gorgeous day to get your dog out walking, that's for sure.
I still love the dog we had in the last game last night. Deep foul ball, expecting somebody to come back with it, comes back in the mouth of the good pup. And ever since that foul ball, that dog always at the fence if there was one coming his way. It was a fun sight to see.
But he would be disappointed the rest of the night.
Yeah.
No more foul balls.
Oh, Myers, for the first time today, falls behind the hitter, 2-0. As she missed down and in, now up and away.
Five of her 8 hits, singles. She does have, actually, 6 of her 8 hits, singles. She does have 2 doubles.
And she's taking all the way and draws the leadoff walk. So another good start to the inning for the Railroaders, and that will bring Anthony Wayne's manager Ronald Myers out to the mound to have a talk with his pitcher.
That was Brewer's 6 base on balls this year. That's what you like to see in your 5 hitter, getting on base any way possible.
especially since they don't get too many leadoff opportunities.
And this is one of the first times that Anthony Wayne, it may be the first time that they've basically trailed all season. Certainly this pitcher has not been in very much trouble throughout the campaign. So getting a good look here from Bradford, and that's what these mid-season invitationals are all about, getting a clash of these Titans and putting you in situations that you haven't had to battle through yet at this point.
That'll bring up Riley Cannon, the center fielder. Popped up right behind the catcher. She couldn't find it. Taya Marshall was looking around trying to locate it, but it was behind her. By the time she realized where it was, there was no play.
Bit of a break there.
Cannon's twin Tegan is also on the team, but not playing due to injury. To mention, Alani is their cousin. Showing the bunt, and the pitch gets away, and that will allow Brewer to get to second easily.
And you talk about the family affair. When you come from a town of 1,800,
right,
there's going to be some relatives out there.
That's exactly what they were talking about. Both their assistant coaches, Eric Hart and Greg Gordon, were telling me, as well as the on Anthony Wayne's side.
Big swing.
Big swing and the miss there to make it 1-2. So another opportunity for the Railroaders, getting a runner in scoring position early in the inning. And that will even the count at 2-2.
Cannon with 9 RBI this year. One of 4 players with 9 or more RBI on the squad. And that's what you like to see with the middle of the order. You get those 9, 10, 11 RBIs early on in the year, you know they're doing their job.
Cannon is able to work the count full on Kat Myers.
Key early game situation here for Kat.
Fouled straight back, almost over our heads.
And we saw something like this in the game before Madison and Triway. Triway puts 2 runs up early, has a chance to add more, but Madison gets out of it and stayed in that game, ended up being 3-1. But you think if there's another hit or two, that game completely changed. It might be a blowout.
Up over the infield, Kennelly, the shortstop, calling for it for out number 1.
It's exactly the play she needed. A pop-up on the infield does not allow the runner to tag up and head to third. Gets the first out. Now she has a little bit more breathing room.
Shea Swick, Jr., a catcher, stands in for Bradford.
.320 hitter on the season. Having a nice year. 5 ribbies.
Myers misses down and in. She's been trying that down and in pitch to a lot of these Bradford hitters early and not able to locate it. Swick can't catch up to the fastball as the count evens.
Just beginning our day here
at
the Wendy Spring Classic. This is the second of quite a few played all around Ashland County.
3 different locations, I believe.
They like to play them here at Brookside Park and Brookside West, but because of the rain and everything, a couple of the area high schools allow those games to be played there. Hillsdale and Loudonville as well, and then a couple more ballparks around the city of Ashland.
Yeah, this is a good facility here at Brookside Park.
State championships were held here many years ago before they headed over to Keystone Park.
Swick can't catch up to that Myers fastball to even the count at 2-2.
Yeah, this is a really well-known facility, of course. When you talk about softball, whether it's high school or, Team USA is played out here. A lot of men's fast pitch, slow pitch goes down out here. So it's got some cachet in the softball world.
And at Ashland University.
First strikeout for Myers. And
First baseman, number 34, Remy Harleman.
Bring up Remy Harleman at third as we look at that strikeout pitch from Kat Myers. Got that one in on the hands.
Harleman, 2 home runs this year.
fouls off the first pitch again. Inside, Myers trying to work a lot of these Bradford hitters in on the hands. A hitter like Harleman, don't want her to get out and extend those arms where she can use her power. Off-speed pitch fouled away to the right.
Wind continually blowing out to center field.
It swings occasionally out to left center, but mostly it is straight away to center. And the outfielders playing accordingly, playing Harleman deep and straight away. Harleman fouls it off her leg.
And in talking with Coach Sean Snow from Ontario in our last broadcast, it's tough on the pitchers, too, when the wind's blowing out because they got to throw right into that wind, and it kind of messes with those pitches, especially the off-speed.
And Myers gets out of the inning with back-to-back strikeouts. So we'll go to the bottom of the second here at the Wendy Spring Classic. Bradford still leading Anthony Wayne 1-0 on the OH report.
Mansfield, Ohio, and surrounding areas, get ready for the extraordinary musical stage play, The Family Matters, coming to the Mansfield Senior High School Auditorium at 7 p.m. on Saturday, April 30th. Featuring an all-star cast of the most talented performers and musicians in all of Ohio. Come out for a night of fun and excitement and a theater experience you won't soon forget. Visit thefamilymatters.net to get your tickets today. It's The Family Matters on Saturday, April 30th. Be there.
Back at the Wendy Spring Classic, you see there Bradford leading Anthony Wayne, getting a first inning run. Probably notice out there the flag at half staff. That is for Lieutenant Philip Weigel of the Town and Country Fire District, who was killed in action on this past Monday. In fact, the funeral procession is going on currently here in Ashland County with fire departments from all over the state and some even out of state as well showing up to pay their respects. We certainly want to pass along our sympathies and best wishes to the Weigel family and the Town and Country Fire Department.
Absolutely condolences to everyone.
Nalani Byrice misses well inside to fall behind quickly 2-0. Kennedy Cowan playing at third base, leading off the bottom of the second for the Generals. Got off to a promising start, but it went awry, and that's why Bradford had the lead. A chopper to third. Fike with the routine play.
That was a nice stab. It started shooting over her head. She was able to get it right out of the air and make the play.
Got a nice high bounce there, too.
And sometimes, it might hit a stone or take a weird hop, and she was right on that one.
Trinity Nowicki, the designated player, a sophomore, steps in. Nowicki batting at .375. And Harleman and Fike in close at first and third, respectively. Byrice off speed, evens the count at 1-1. Outfield straightaway, fairly deep. Outfielders have to play a little deeper with that wind blowing out towards center field. As Byrice misses downstairs to make it 2-1. Another good crowd gathered on hand. We had about 150 people for the first game. A beautiful Friday afternoon here in North Central Ohio.
Every person in the seat counts because it works towards scholarships to some players here in Ashland County.
Yeah, you were talking about that in the first game. Talked to the tournament founder here briefly, said they're going to be awarding 10 $1,000 scholarships as a result of the attendance and the sponsorship by Wendy. So congratulations to all those people.
That's going to be, I think, the most in a single year in the history of the Spring Classic.
So a 1-out walk for Nowicki. Third time she's walked this season, and that will bring up the pitcher, Kat Myers.
And also something worth noting, in 2020, despite not having any games, they still were able to give 3 scholarships away to 3 seniors from Ashland County. So, this is not only do we get to see great softball being played, but it goes to a really good cause.
Yeah, more than a game out here, of course, when you're talking about scholarships and taking girls and helping them not just advance their athletic careers, but just academically, making their decision a little bit easier where they want to go if you can take some of the financial pressure off.
And also some big names throughout the years. One, Sydney Long from Hillsdale in 2018. She just threw a no-hitter for Ohio Dominican as a senior. She's a great pitcher in Division II, but a lot of names that you just know from how great they were in the past.
Cece Stam running at first base for Nowicki after she drew the walk as Myers stands in. She's 7 of 12 hitting, so she knows how to help her own cause. Again, Harleman and Fike in close at first and third to second. Ooh. And the throw gets away, but Stam will not go any farther.
She kind of threw that as hard as she could, didn't need to do that. And also, I think she could have been able to just reach out and make the tag, but was more comfortable trying to make that throw.
We'll get another look at it. Can't see the fielding play, but you're right. She could have easily stepped up, but she probably wanted to make sure she avoided committing an interference as well, because of course the base runner has the right of way there.
So it opened things up for a big opportunity here for Anthony Wayne with 2 runners on now as they get the designated runner coming out.
That's Molly Connor, a freshman, running it for Myers.
There's your courtesy runner.
Yes.
You get those courtesy runners for the pitcher and the catcher if you'd like, and it doesn't take anybody out of the game. They're able to run as many times for that pitcher or catcher.
And there you get a look at us in our little side camera, a little GoPro camera we have set up in the booth. And the pitch gets away, and that allowed the runners to move up. So another wild pitch puts runners at second and third with only 1 out.
Yeah, it changes the entire dynamic here of this at bat now for Campbell with the runners advancing, not thinking really of a squeeze play at this point, trying to get runners across home plate.
That's a Lily Campbell, a senior, playing first base today for the Generals.
This is a big opportunity after that call at home plate earlier on.
A looper just over the head of the shortstop middle. That'll score 1. And Connor is able to get into third, so an RBI single for Campbell to even the score.
Doesn't matter how hard you hit it, just that you put it into the grass, and that's what she exactly did, barely over the glove of Miller. We're tied at 1.
Something a lot of professional hitters could learn from these days, instead of being so concerned with launch angles and exit velocity.
Just saw down the left field gate, the Division II state champion Keystone Wildcats are in the house. They'll take on Kings in the next game and get the winner of this one.
SS Dabbler Buckman fouls off the first pitch. She's the left fielder for the Generals.
And Brian, I was just thinking, the game we saw last night, Loudonville beating a D1 squad with Buzzard, their pitcher. She's going to go up against Triway in the semifinal tomorrow. That should be a great pitching matchup.
Yeah, no question about that. Certainly what we just saw with Woggle in the game before this, that's the best pitching performance that we've had so far at this tournament, and probably that we've had on OH Report all year with the highlights that we've been doing. 17 Ks is that's a bucket load, my friend.
Well, also I talked to head coach Tim Nicewander afterwards from Madison, and he was pretty pleased with the way his girls played. Despite all of that, they had the winning run at the plate, and the player that he wanted to that had 2 big flies in Bailey Lyons. So, both sides very happy with the game. Madison would have liked to move on, but they still will play a game. Well, 2 more games in this.
To second. They'll just take the out at first, and the run scores. So an RBI for Dabbler Buckman. And Anthony Wayne take their first lead to the game.
And for Izzy Hamilton, now that's the second time they're at second. This one would have been a bit more of a challenging play, but to try to tag out the runner and then throw to first to end the inning didn't look like it was something that she contemplated.
And with that, it's even though it's a ground out, it's an RBI, and it's a lead now with this early on. And also, maybe she was into her head a little bit after the throwing error to where she just wanted to get an out and get back into the turn of things. But like I said, gives Anthony Wayne a lead now.
Sean Schaefer, the Bradford manager there, having a talk with the outfield, the base umpire, Shane Fawcett.
Is he talking maybe about interference over there?
I suppose
the runner getting in the way of his second baseman as she was trying to make the play? Because I didn't see any, but is that the conversation?
It could be. The runner has the right of way.
Yes.
Because she has to be allowed to get to the base in a straight line within, of course, 3 feet either way.
Maybe he is going to get a conversation with the home plate umpire. Or did they think it hit the runner as she was going by?
Now that might be a possibility because the ball was right there as was Hamilton playing at second. And now you see Dan Kleiner, the home plate umpire, and Shane Fawcett talking amongst themselves about that play.
There is Keystone, as you mentioned, the D2 state champs. Their only loss last year came right here at the Wendy's.
To Hillsdale, who we'll see tonight. I think the powwow is over with the umpires, and no harm, no foul.
So Anthony Wayne take the lead for the first time today and looking for more with the runner on second. That's Lily Campbell, who who got a single and the RBI to tie the game. And this will bring up Abby Meyer. We have 2 Myers and a Meyer, none related, and none related to the coach.
Wow, how about that? That's the difference between the town where Anthony Wayne is and then Bradford.
Byrice misses down and away to even the count at 1-1.
Seeing some life from the Anthony Wayne dugout, too. I think it's the first main cheer we've heard in the last day and a half.
There's a number of fans in royal blue down the third base side where their dugout is. Through the hole, it's short for a base hit, and the ball's bobbing to the left, and that'll allow the runner to score as Anthony Wayne now leads 3-1.
Yeah, I got to think they're going to give an error on the left fielder because that did cause the run to score. A little more breathing room for Anthony Wayne here in the second.
Beautiful piece of hitting, though, by Abby
Absolutely.
Meyer. Inside outed it.
She took what she was given.
Miller protecting the middle of the field as one has to do with a left-handed hitter at bat. Just couldn't make the dive over into the hole, and you see Campbell scoring the third run of the inning.
Oh, nice
as the
slap
run is
bunt.
put down by Marshall, the catcher, and she beat it out. And the runner will go to third because the third base is uncovered.
Run down, they're going to go home with it.
Oh, wow.
And she's safe.
Love the base running decision there by Abby Myers. Such a heads up just to get to third, and even though she's shaken up right now,
she's going to score.
His time was never called.
There was a player hurt.
Yes.
The first one that slid in, I think that stopped everybody other than the runner.
And then everybody stopped except for Abigail Kenley. Came all the way home.
A lot happening on that play.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack from just this one play right here. A couple runs have come across, though, for Anthony Wayne. That we know for sure.
And I think the umpires again talking to see if the play should have been stopped, but I don't think so.
Well, we'll look at it one more time. Here it is, the hit by Moyer.
Yeah, that was a previous run.
Yeah, that's Campbell scoring right there.
The center fielder, number 13, Emily Liskey.
Looks like we will have a replay of that play at the plate, though, with Abby Meyer coming up here in just a sec.
Emily Liskey, who tripled in the first, to right field and deep.
Same place.
And yes, exactly right. And it looks like Emily Liskey is going to make it back-to-back triples, and she does.
Wow. Is that not deja vu?
all over again, as Yogi Berra would say.
And again, the emotion. Getting her teammates pumped up.
Again, over the head of the right fielder, Barnhorst, just as she did in the first inning.
The right fielder, number 15,
Right fielder Brooklyn Patchen will step in. She ended the first inning by grounding out to shortstop. As we see this guy at third once again. Again, Harleman and Fike in close at first and third, respectively. As Patchen gets ahead 1-0. Little roller towards third. Fike has to charge and makes the play. And
That's
that will
3
do it.
outs.
That was 3 outs. She
Yeah.
didn't realize, but hey, better than doing it the other way
Yes.
around like Larry
Actually, it's
Walker
better
once
because you
did.
never know. She almost beat
Yes.
that out, too,
Right.
so it's safer to throw it home in case.
So that will do a 5-1. Anthony Wayne with a big rally in the second here on OH Report.
Chips.
Fritos, man.
Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
College or pro ball?
College.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Actions or rom-coms?
Rom-coms.
Really? Camper or tent?
Tent.
Lab or poodle? Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything. Rock or country? Don't answer that.
Top of the third here at Game 2 of the Wendy's Spring Classic, along with Travis Berardi and Brian Skoronski. I'm Keith Kokinda. There you see the score. It is 4-1. The run by Kennelly, Abigail Kennelly, did not count, as it turned out, as we found out from the umpires and our official score here. So, but either way, a big rally for Anthony Wayne, and the Generals take the 4-1 lead here into the top of the third. Alexis Barhorst, the right fielder, has been beaten twice for triples by Emily Liskey, will lead it off for the Railroaders.
And I said this when it was 2-1 in the bottom of the second, but that was one of those positions to where, you know, if Bradford was able to get out of it just 2-1, they'd have some momentum. But no, Anthony Wayne able to add 2 more and get a little more breathing room.
This would be good news for Kat Myers, their pitcher, who struggled a little bit in the first, giving up that opening run. It looks like Anthony Wayne manager Ronald Myers getting the explanation from Dan Kleiner as to what exactly happened there.
Well, the Anthony Wayne coach just looked up here and said, we have 5, so I guess.
So now they say the run by
So
Kennelly did count. Okay.
I think she was the second one that came in on that whole sliding.
That's exactly right. She came in after Myers got hurt, as Barnhorst can't catch up to the Myers fastball there, so it is 5-1. We now have that.
Everybody up here thought the play was over.
Yes.
Kind of thought we were getting back to our things, and we all got caught. We all got caught off that way.
Some of the players did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally think everybody but Abigail Kenley stopped on the play.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're all good. Everything's fixed.
Yeah.
Score's correct. No harm, no foul. It's 5-1.
Myers misses inside. Barnhorst gets ahead 2-1. Infield playing fairly close in. Cowan over third inside the bag. Campbell at first even with the bag. Myers misses up and away to make it 3-1. Myers giving up a run and a hit with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Barnhorst can't catch up to that fastball to make it 3-2.
Yeah, good battle going right here with Alexis right now. Working to count to full.
You'd think Bradford would want a leadoff runner after what happened in the bottom of the inning.
Ooh, called strike 3 as Barnhorst stood there like the house by the side of the road. Thank you, Mr. Harwell.
Right at the knees or the ankles, whichever is the bottom of the strike zone. Sometimes it's the ankles, sometimes the knees, but she got right on the bottom of the zone, froze her.
Back to the top of the order, Austin Miller at second base. She singled and scored the only Bradford run back in the first. Scored on the wild pitch after stealing second and going to third on the error by Lisky in center field as she fouls off the first pitch.
Honestly, part of a great senior nucleus class that Bradford has here. The bulk majority of the lineup here for the small school. A lot of seniors out here contributing.
6 seniors in this squad. Well, they've got some young players in there, a number of sophomores out there as Miller falls behind 0-2. The left fielder, Alani Cannon, is a sophomore. Myers looking to take advantage of this lead that her hitters have given her. Try to see if Miller will fish. No go.
Yeah, it's one of those throwaway pitches.
Yeah.
You might as well just try it out there when you're ahead 0-2. Still have a couple balls to work with as well.
Greg Maddox would beg to differ on that point.
Yeah, the only one, yes.
But then again, who am I to argue with Greg Maddox? In the air to center, Lisky has to go back on it. Still going back, but makes the catch in front of the fence.
That's a great way of playing against the wind because the wind picked up. She had a beat on it and just carried with it to make the catch. It's a really tough one, too, right in front of our cameras.
Yeah, not one, but 2 adjustments made in midair and just did get it at the top.
As we look at it again.
Not only battling the wind, but battling the sun as well, and she just kept going with it and brought it right into her glove.
Izzy Hamilton at third base. She walked in the first. Swings through the fastball. So, again, Myers starting to get back in that groove of getting ahead of the hitters early. Hamilton swings through the fastball again. Infield in very close, except for Kennelly at shortstop. Although she's even playing a little shallower than normal. But Meyer is well inside the baseline, as is Cowan over at third. And called strike 3, and Myers looks like she's gotten back into a rhythm. Only going 3 up and 3 down for the first time today. So Anthony Wayne still leading 5-1. We go to the bottom of the third on the OH report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Bottom of the third, the Anthony Wayne Generals looking to continue their hitting ways. They lead 5-1. Kennedy Cowan at third base to lead it off.
Want to welcome everybody watching live and free on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from on our Fan Zone and on Twitter, #FanZone, and we'll get you on the Fan Zone. It's a lot of Fan Zone right there for you, Brian.
You beat me, too. I was going to ask what that hashtag was because I remember seeing it, but I couldn't remember it.
And then just comment on the Facebook or YouTube stream if you're watching that way, and it's that easy.
That's what it's all about here on the OH Report. Like to get the fans involved. So if you drop us a line, happy to read it and showcase it right here on the broadcast.
Cowan grounded out the third in her first at bat in the second inning as the Generals batted around. She is actually the leadoff hitter in that inning.
You can really hear the wind picking up
Yes.
outside. It's howling out there.
The flag has gotten tangled up there on the lanyard out in center field. As Cowan works the count to 3-1 in her favor. Nylani Byrice, one of those seniors we talked about. Cowan taking all the way, and the count runs full. Cowan bounces it foul and over in front of the Anthony Wayne dugout.
For all of you stat nerds out there, this is a big pitch for the inning. Odds of scoring go up exponentially if you get your leadoff runner on. That gets cut at least in half if the first runner does not make it on base.
Just past third and foul. Adam now saying because of the breeze we've got going here, we should maybe be calling this the Windy Spring Classic.
Guy's got jokes.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, he's got a good one.
And that's Windies, not to be confused with the band The Vindies, by the way. If you're a Pirates fan, you know who I'm talking about.
Hey, I got one right next to
Let's
me.
go Bucks. Let's go Bucks. Yeah. 500 mark, 3-3 right now.
Yeah.
Doing a lot better than most of us fans thought they would be.
Yeah, there were not a lot. I've followed some people who are Pirates fans on Twitter, and there were not very many great expectations for the Buccos this season.
Hey, we actually signed somebody to a contract over $60 million, so that's a plus.
So Cowan draws the leadoff walk. And that will bring the designated player, Trinity Nowicki, to the plate for the Generals as their manager, Ronald Myers, has another talk with Dan Kleiner.
How about this coaching matchup today? Ron's got 235 wins, only 84 losses in his illustrious career. And then Sean on the other side, 133 W's, only 52 L's. So two of the better winning percentages of any coach participating today.
And again, both these teams made it to the state Final Four. Anthony Wayne in Division I. Of course, Bradford won it all in Division IV. Nowicki, who walked and scored in that second inning. Actually, she just walked. It was Stam who ended up scoring as the courtesy runner. You saw Cowan over there at first base after drawing the leadoff walk. So, I know you're down there throw to keep Cowan back at first base. Upstairs, even the count at 1-1.
Nice snag, too, by Shea Swick. That had some nice juice on it, tailing upstairs as well.
Yeah, that can be a hard pitch to catch, that rising fastball, which actually does rise, unlike in baseball. Swing through, Cowan goes, and will get there without a throw. So Nowicki fooled as Byrice pulled the swing, but in a way protected the runner and allowed Cowan to get the advance to second. I guess we'd credit her with a stolen base. Swick wanted to throw down there, but just didn't have a chance. The off-speed pitch a lot easier to steal on. So Byrice now ahead 1-2.
It's interesting to see how Byrice will answer after last inning, giving up the lead. Can she shut things down and get them back into the dugout, only down 4?
Another off-speed pitch misses upstairs. Cowan, the runner at second. That's fouled off at the plate.
Bradford's got a powerful offense, but already trailing by 4. Third inning here. You know, it's a pretty key spot. Don't want to allow any more crooked numbers flying up on that score sheet.
Cowan's walked the second, given up by Byrice as she misses upstairs again to make the count full at 3-2.
Yet another full count for her. Anthony Wayne, a very disciplined squad.
In on the hands, Nowicki floats it down the left field line, and it's in there for a base hit. And here comes Cowan from round third, and she will score. Good heads-up base running by Cowan, and Nowicki gets herself an RBI.
Yeah, initially it didn't look like she was going to break and try to go towards home, but Cannon didn't get to the ball real quick out there and left. It was beautifully struck just right inside of the line. And
just a little bit of a bobble there, yeah.
Number 18, Kat Myers.
I'll bring up pitcher Kat Myers. She reached on a fielder's choice and scored in that second inning.
There's Anthony Wayne.
And Nowicki will stay on and run for herself as the pitch gets away and allows Nowicki to go to second.
We were talking about this in the first game. You like having a vocal leader in your catcher. That's who's leading those chants down there. Marshall for Anthony Wayne.
Yeah, Taya Marshall say right there in the center without the hat on. Well, another runner in scoring position for the Generals as Byrice delivers and Myers fouls it off. Second wild pitch thrown by Byrice. She had one in that second inning as well. Myers out in front, fouls it off again. Hanging tough at 1-2. Byrice trying to get out of jams, misses away 2-2.
Pretty efficient game so far by Anthony Wayne. 6 runs, 6 hits.
And she talks about just the patience you're seeing. Just about every hitter exercise here at the plate.
To right center field, Barnhorst coming on, makes the catch, but that'll allow Nowicki to move to third.
Nice job tracking that down. The wind knocked it down. She kept going with it. Made the lunging catch for the first out.
Yeah, the wind shifted a little bit as that ball was in the air as we get another look at it. She had to go to her left because that's the way the wind moved. The wind moved suddenly blowing across from right field, the right field line to left center. Lily Campbell standing in for Anthony Wayne, playing first base. Trying to get the bunt down and fouls it off with Fike and Harleman charging from third and first.
Really playing in tight right now on those corners, expecting the bunt situation right here.
Certainly Anthony Wayne don't want to give up any more runs. They want to cut this off at the plate with only one out. As Byrice misses upstairs. To short on one hop. Miller can't handle it, and the run will score. And that will make it 7-1 for the Generals. Should be a base hit for Campbell.
Yeah, it was a tough one. A rocket right at her, in between hop. Nearly got it, but.
Second RBI of the day for Campbell. Essence Dobelair-Buckman now stands in. She grounded out to second her her first at bat in the second inning, but it did score a run, so she has an RBI. And again, Fike and Harleman in close at first and third, respectively.
And you think back to that first inning, Anthony weighing on kind of the raw end of a bad call at the plate where they don't end up getting on the scoreboard. You think, how is that going to impact their mentality moving forward from the dish? Well, not so much. If anything, it's motivated them as they put 5 runs up last inning. A couple more right here, and doesn't look like they're slowing down.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up because they were a bit hard done by that call at the plate that gave Bradford their only run.
And that's one of the reasons why they were a state Final Four team in Division I last year. The composure of this squad.
You probably see how the wind is sometimes shifting, blowing across the field with the dust blowing around out there from this center field camera shot that we have, but now it's gone back to being straight away to center. William Byrice trying to get Dobbler Buckman to fish, but no such luck. Outfield fairly deep and straight away. Riley Cannon a little bit to the right of center as it's hit just past the shortstop Miller for another hit. And going into third base, so no, Campbell will go back and throw back to first nearly gets Dobbler Buckman. Good play out in center by Cannon. Here it is again. Miller can't handle that one. See Riley Cannon out there with the throw in ahead of the runner, forcing Campbell to go back to second, and then quickly Fike tried to throw out the runner at first base.
Yeah, she was caught in no man's land there for a second. It's in between first and second, but able to avoid the tag.
Abby Meyer, second base, stands in with 2 runners on, and it's still only 1 out. Meyer singled and scored in that second inning. Good to see she's still in there playing as she crashed into the catcher Swick on that play at the plate. And Meyer, after a wait, asked for timeout. Byrice misses away, now 2-0.
Body language changing a little bit here for Byrice too. Sense just a little hint of frustration after excellent first inning. Now just trying to keep it cool and see if she can't settle in, throw a couple of nice pitches.
To Miller at short, she can't handle it. Everybody's safe.
Man, that's 3 times she's been tested here, about the last 4 at batters, and hasn't been able to make a play for her team yet.
Another reason why Byrice might be a little bit frustrated out there at the mound right now. Starting to feel like she has to make the plays herself, get some strikeouts to get out of the inning.
Yeah, Austin Miller, senior shortstop. You're anticipating she's probably going to make one of those plays on a normal outing.
Miller is charged with an error on that play. So the base is loaded for Abigail Kennelly, the shortstop. Kennelly 1 for 2 with a run scored. Kennelly swings and misses at that fastball to fall behind 0-2. Again, Fike and Harleman inside the bags at third and first, and the shortstop Miller playing fairly close to the baseline. Only Hamilton in the infield in a normal position. That pitch got away from Byrice.
This could be a big relief pitch here if she can get a K. The base is chucked. Big spot.
To shortstop. Miller will come home, and the force out is made.
So Osti comes through that time. Getting the out at the plate. 2 down.
Center fielder, number 13.
Got an update from one of the other games being played right now. Poland Seminary leading Indian Valley 2-1 after 2.
And that will bring Sean Schaefer, the Railroaders manager, out to the circle to talk to his team. And it looks like that's going to be all for Nilani Byrice.
Allowed 7 hits so far today, the 7 runs.
As you get a look at us up here in our booth. Just don't give me the rabbit ears. Indeed, we will have a new pitcher for the Railroaders. That'll be Izzy Hamilton, moving in from second base.
Now pitching for Bradford Railroaders, number 5, Izzy Hamilton.
Is he a junior for the Railroaders?
It'll be her 9th appearance of the season.
14 innings pitched, 25 hits, 15 earned runs, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts, giving up 5 home runs.
Home run here be obviously pretty detrimental here to the Railroaders. Would push that advantage to double figures, and then that's when the mercy rule starts coming into effect, when that double-digit lead gets tagged on the board.
So Byrice and Hamilton will switch spots.
Take a look at the fan zone.
Hey, Sue. Cheering on her grandniece.
Grandnieces.
Yes.
Oh, plural.
Yes. So Hamilton with her first pitch to Emily Liskey with triples in both the first and second innings. Yeah, Kenley and Liskey already making their 3rd plate appearances of the day. And that evens the count at 1-1.
She's hoping she hits it out towards a waving Wendy in right field.
Outfield straight away and fairly deep. Barnhorst out near the fence. She's not going to get fooled a 3rd time. And again, Liskey trying to go that way, but fouls it off into the stands. Hamilton looking to close this inning out for the Railroaders. To the right side, but foul.
Boy, she's got that swing pattern down, pushing it to the right side of the field.
I know Byrice was, Myers was trying to buzz a lot of hitters in on the hands. I'm surprised the Bradford pitchers haven't tried to do the same with Liskey, who's clearly got that inside-out swing going. Off speed,
big pitch.
Called strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Anthony Wayne. But the Generals still lead 7-1. Watching live and free on the OH Report.
Mansfield, Ohio, and surrounding areas, get ready for the extraordinary musical stage play, The Family Matters, coming to the Mansfield Senior High School Auditorium at 7 p.m. on Saturday, April 30th. Featuring an all-star cast of the most talented performers and musicians in all of Ohio. Come out for a night of fun and excitement and a theater experience you won't soon forget. Visit thefamilymatters.net to get your tickets today. It's The Family Matters on Saturday, April 30th. Be there.
There you see the now second base player for the Hamilton Railroaders, Nylani Byrice, got relieved in that third inning, and now it's going to be a pitching change for Anthony Wayne, as well as Brooklyn Patchen, the junior, will step in to pitch.
Now pitching for the Generals, number 15, Brooklyn Patchen.
Patchen has given up 1 earned run in 13 innings.
And so for Anthony Wayne, maybe a strategy thinking about this as they got the 6-run differential. You don't want to count yourself into the next round, though, but semifinals coming up here pretty quick. So
great point.
Giving your starting pitcher, a little bit of relief.
Yes.
Looking at 2 of our cameramen wearing black for some reason out in the sun, but hey, that's what they want to do. There's Hayden Gray in 15 layers of clothing out in center field.
Camera guys shooting camera guys.
The life of a cameraman right there.
Looks like Trinity Nowicki is now catching for Anthony Wayne. She was the designated player to start with. Taya Marshall, the catcher, prior catcher, is still out there in the field.
Leading off for Bradford in the top of the 4th inning, number 26, Delaney Barris.
So now in the 4th inning, we're getting to that time where Bradford needs to start something on offense, down 6 runs.
So Marshall will now go to play second.
Somebody's taking a nap.
So it looks like Abby Meyer is going to move to the DP spot. Yes. Brooklyn Patchen need to get her pitching call wristband there. As good warm afternoon for a dog to take a nap.
Ah, the life of a dog.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You don't see too many napping dogs in the stadium.
You know what? We've seen a ball retrieving dog last night. Now a napping dog here. Mm-hmm. I've seen it all now. Can we see a dog that hits? Maybe
little Airbud style.
Yeah, I think they just ruined that whole thing after Airbud basketball. He played football, played soccer. He just kept rolling with it. And
he's just a talented dog. Why are you trying to limit him and keep him in a box, Travis? Let him spread his wings. He's a peacock.
Yeah, but let him focus on one sport. Maybe he excels at it instead of focusing on others. I don't know.
Also, Meyer has moved from second to left field, and Essence Dobler-Buckman now playing in right field for Anthony Wayne. So now that we have that all squared away.
I'm glad somebody's paying attention to the game because you and I are off the rails.
Yeah, thank you, Keith.
Yes, Keith.
You're very welcome.
Well done.
You see the railroad symbols on the back of Byrice's helmet as she fouls a pitch back. Only other school I've ever heard in Ohio called the Railroaders is Collinwood up in Cleveland, high school alma mater of the late Senator and Governor George Voinovich. They were named for the big Conrail rail yard that runs through the Collinwood neighborhood of Cleveland.
And I do have a history lesson on Anthony Wayne and that name after this pitch.
Strike 3 called as Byrice goes down on strikes.
For those of you that aren't of the intellectual nature and know much about Anthony Wayne, he was an American soldier, officer, statesman of English descent. Military career during the American Revolutionary War. Nicknamed Mad Anthony.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Later served as the senior officer of the Army on the Ohio Country front line and led the Legion of the U.S.
Also an important figure during the War of 1812 when England tried to invade the United States again. As Fike swings and misses at Patchen's first pitch.
Glad that me and Keith could fill you guys in, Travis.
Hey, I knew from the start I was going to be a sports commentator, so I didn't really focus on that. Although I do like the old war movies and stuff. That's a little bit later, though. World War II, Pearl Harbor, all that stuff. That's the timeline in history that I like to focus on. That and how Rocky defeated communism in the USSR.
Single-handedly.
Single-handedly. On Christmas.
It looks like he needs to return to action right now,
Yeah.
Could use him on the front lines.
Fike trying to catch up to Brooklyn Patchen's fastballs and not doing it, but she stays alive with that last foul ball. With those railroad symbol stickers on their helmets. I'm a little surprised that Bradford didn't go with yellow and black to match those signs instead of orange and black as they did.
I know of one man in the area, a big train connoisseur, that would like that answered as well.
Mr. Jeff Allen, Hall of Fame commentator.
Up on the right side. And
nice catch.
Well played by Nowicki to make it out number 2.
Not only is that tough trying to catch with your mask on, but with this wind swirling around too, she really ran that down.
And that got up above all the structures here, and the wind played a little bit more of a factor in that catch, but a good play by the sophomore catcher, now in at catcher, I should say, after being the DP in the first 3 innings.
Yeah, and getting some words of encouragement from the home plate umpire. He was impressed as well.
Speaking of DPs, her former opposite number, Zoe Brewer, standing in. Brewer walked in the 2nd inning, so she's yet to register an at-bat. She takes strike 1.
And Patchen's got a little bit different delivery here than the previous starter. I think brings a little bit more gas to the fire.
Brewer can't catch up to that fastball. Kat Myers has put on her Twitter feed that she could push into the mid to upper 60s with her fastball, but looks like Patchen's got a little bit more hop to her fastball as well, as she's quickly ahead of Brewer 0-2.
And with the distance between a softball pitcher's mound and a baseball pitcher's mound, that's equivalent to about an 80, 85 mile an hour fastball.
Yeah, I was wondering what the conversion rate was on that because I have no idea.
Only way I knew that was by watching the Little League World Series.
They do that too, right. And strike 3, so 2 strikeouts for Patchen. Puts the Bradford Railroaders down in order, and the Anthony Wayne Generals still lead 7-1. You're watching the Wendy Spring Classic free and live on OH Report.
Chips.
Fritos, man.
Back roads or highways?
Back roads.
College or pro ball?
College.
Mild or spicy?
Ooh, spicy.
Actions or rom-coms?
Rom-coms.
Really? Camper or tent?
Tent.
Lab or poodle? Okay, which Fritos?
That is a tough one.
Fritos. Down for everything. Rock or country? Don't answer that.
Brooklyn Patchen, after pitching in the top of the 4th, leads off the bottom of the 4th for Anthony Wayne, takes strike 1 from Izzy Hamilton, who came on in that 3rd inning in relief of Nylani Byrice. And she misses outside to even the count 1-1, along with Brian Skoronsky and Travis Berardi. I'm Keith Kokinda. Glad you could join us here live and free on OH Report on YouTube and Facebook. And there we go. Adam gets our names up there right on cue. And thanks for the heads up on the camera shots, too. We appreciate that as well. Hamilton misses down and away.
Also, for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, you want to give us a comment in the comments section there or on Twitter by using the hashtag FanZone. You can get onto our Fan Zone.
Fouled away to the right side to even the count at 2-2. One other thing, didn't get a chance because of the scheduling. didn't get to use the late, great Joe Tate's line. It's a beautiful day for softball, if I may change it up a little bit. He was also a very big railroad buff.
R.I.P. to the legend.
Yes, absolutely. Wish I had a $5 bill for every hour I spent listening to him.
And did it all by himself.
For a lot, yeah. That was standard for a long time in the NBA until like about the 80s, as the fly ball into center field. Cannon with the easy play. Riley Cannon, that is, for out number 1.
Yeah, I don't know that Riley had to move, but 2 feet straight ahead. Put right on line with her.
The last 2 guys to work solo in the NBA were Joe Tate and Chick Hearn, the great Lakers play-by-play announcer.
Sure.
So that will bring up Kennedy Cowan.
Chick's a big part of the new series that's out on HBO right now, Winning Time. Not sure if anybody's keeping up with that, but man, that is a great, great piece of TV. That's an excellent watch.
Yeah, I cannot wait to start into that.
Cowan 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored to left field. And it's Alani Cannon with the catch out there for out number 2. So 2 quick outs for Hamilton.
Nice defensive innings so far by the D4, the Division 4 state champions in Bradford, and keeping Anthony Wayne from getting closer to that 10-run mark as well.
Sean Schaefer, they're certainly hoping they can hold the Generals at bay as Nowicki stands in. Trinity Nowicki has singled into center field for her second hit of the game. She's also scored a run.
Yeah, she's having a nice afternoon out here. That one just flat out rifled.
Kat Myers, who was the starting pitcher, will step in for Anthony Wayne as the part of the tarp on the fence on left center field has come undone. Fortunately, it doesn't affect play for these ladies as they have the fence in front of that. And it looks like Ronald Myers, the manager, is going to make another lineup change. Actually, he's going to send in the designated runner, and that will be Maddie Sumner, a junior, who will run for Nowicki.
And Trinity, I think that was like the most excitement I've ever seen from a player coming off the field.
Yeah. Well, she's reached base all 3 times, scored a run. Her other Stam, her other designated runner, scored in the second inning, and now Sumner running for her here in the 4th as Myers fouls away the first pitch from Hamilton. Well, so I know a lot of people love baseball who love baseball and softball, also big hockey fans. Sad note to report in hockey, Mike Bossy, the legendary Islanders center who was at the core of that Islanders Stanley Cup dynasty of the early 1980s, passed away at the age of 65. Probably the best pure goal scorer I've ever seen in hockey.
Well, one of my favorite players, Mario Lemieux and Sidney Crosby, should be up there as well, my friend.
I'd put them in my top 5, yes.
And
I won't question that.
Wayne Gretzky as well.
Naturally.
But yes, that dynasty, the Islanders, has not been matched. Was 3 in a row?
4 straight. 4 straight Stanley Cups.
4 in a row. Penguins had 2 in a row one time. A couple other teams have had 2, but they haven't even been able to match 3 in a row. So that's just to be able to do that, just like an NBA squad going 4 in a row, because you have that extended playoffs for a month and a half, and then a short break. 4 in a row may never be matched.
Into foul territory, Harleman makes the play to end the inning. So the 2-out single does no harm, and the Generals continue with their 7-1 lead into the 5th inning here on OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, you just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Fifth inning here at the Wendy Spring Classic in Ashland, Ohio, at Brookside Park, along with Brian Skoronsky and Travis Berardi. I'm Keith Kokenda. Glad you could join us here. Best happy Good Friday wishes to those of you of the Christian faith, and a happy Passover to those of you who are of the Jewish faith as well. Both of them falling on the same day this year. As you see Wendy out there waving in the breeze.
Just announced that if anybody hits her in the dome piece on the fly, get a $25 gift card to Wendy's.
That's going to take a shot, even with the wind blowing that way. There's Wendy's, as you guys mentioned, the first game, a Columbus-based company founded by the late, great Dave Thomas in Columbus.
Thinking about going to Wendy's, Brian and I, after, but our cameramen are just so stubborn and don't want to do it. You already saw those guys. I mean, they look like they'd want some Wendy's out there, but no, they don't.
I mean, just how many times have we said the word Wendy's this weekend?
Yes.
Wendy's in the outfield. There's Wendy's up here in the press box. I'm just brainwashed. There's no place that I feel like I can go.
I can go with the spicy chicken sandwich with cheese.
There you go.
Large, get some fries, maybe a Frosty too.
I'm with you on the spicy chicken sandwich.
It's on the boss, so.
First pitch
Get that Frosty.
from Brooklyn Patchen is fouled away by Riley Cannon.
What's your go-to Wendy's combo, Brian?
Yeah, I'm also of the spicy chicken variety, so you can include me in on that. Definitely some fries, and then the Frosty. I dip my fries in the Frosty.
That's a go-to.
A lot of people do that.
You have to. Some people are like, why would you do it? You got to try it.
Sweet and salty, my friend.
Don't.
Oh, jeez.
And a big gust of wind just blew up in the umpire at home plate. Dan Kleiner wisely called time. That could have been dangerous for a hitter having to face that pitch with the dust blowing in her face. Riley Cannon grounded out. It popped up to the shortstop back in the second inning.
This is only game 4 of 8 for us on the OH report. Only a midway point of this Wendy's Classic. We'll have one more. Brian and I will be back. If I can talk. I need that Wendy's bad. I can't talk anymore. Brian and I will be back on the call for Ashland-Hillsdale, Battle of Ashland County this evening, and then we'll have all 3 championship games tomorrow.
1-1 pitch. Cannon swings through that one to make it 1-2.
And since that first inning where Bradford dropped a run, Anthony Wayne, I don't think has allowed but, a base runner or two?
Yeah. 1 walk back in the second inning, Brewer.
It's been day of the pitcher here on the main field of Brookside Park.
9 straight hitters retire by the combination of Myers and then Patchen, who came on in the 4th. As Cannon chases strike 3 to the outside. 3rd strikeout for Patchen since she came on.
You have to wonder with Anthony Wayne, is this a team we do not see? So do they set it up to where their starter goes 4 innings and then they bring in their reliever to close things out because he has that different set of speeds and a different motion?
Well, it's definitely looking like we might see the Generals later on in the tournament, and that's a tidbit of information that we'll obviously have to track down and get an answer for the folks at home. Or if you're a fan of the Generals and drop us a comment.
Well, they've pitched almost the same amount, that 16 and 13 innings for Myers and Patchen respectively coming into this game. So that would seem to indicate that your theory is correct, as she puts that one in the dirt to the catcher, Shea Swick. Swick struck out against Myers back in the 2nd.
We've been complaining a little bit about the wind all day, but other than that, beautiful weather here. It's nice to see a couple days straight of sunshine after what we've had over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, very, very cold and wet late winter, early spring here in central Ohio in general. That's Trinity Nowicki, the catcher, as Swick swings and misses again to make it 2-2.
And I actually, if the theory is true that they typically swap pitchers about midway through the contest, I kind of like it. And you know that they're 5-0, very successful program, and you see it's just 2 totally different looks, both of these pitchers, and it's been very effective so far here today.
Four strikeouts now for Patch and 8 overall for the Generals, combined with the 4 that Myers had. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Remy Harleman at first base. Harleman struck out to end the second inning.
And in Division I, you need to change things up as well. You need to have something that no other team does because, I mean, all 4 divisions, D1, D2, D3, and D4 are stacked, but in Division I, it's just a little bit higher than the other ones as well, and you need to have something different to get you out of your district into a regional, and like this team last year, the state Final Four.
And Keith, how many college players out here playing for the Generals today?
4 of them. Mentioned Patchen is going to South Dakota State also for their starting lineup. Kennedy Cowan is going to Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis.
IUPUI.
Right, exactly. Lily Campbell is going to Lake Erie College, playing the Great Midwest Athletic Conference, as Harleman swings through that for strike 2. And also Abby Meyer is going to end up at Ferris State. Big-time hockey and volleyball power in Division I and II, respectively.
So a couple of them will be back here on this field when they play Ashland.
Yep, that's right.
In the conference.
Fouled straight back over our head.
Back towards the concession stand.
Yes. Hopefully not toward the one pickup truck I saw back there.
And that what Keith just outlined, sometimes, that's the difference between the D1 and the D4 is just all these college players that you got to go against. And there's one right there.
As Patchen strikes out the side, her 5th strikeout and the 6th batter she's faced, keeping the Bradford Railroaders at bay. 7-1 Generals. You're watching live and free on Facebook and YouTube on OH Report.
Mansfield, Ohio, and surrounding areas, get ready for the extraordinary musical stage play, The Family Matters, coming to the Mansfield Senior High School Auditorium at 7 p.m. on Saturday, April 30th. Featuring an all-star cast of the most talented performers and musicians in all of Ohio. Come out for a night of fun and excitement and a theater experience you won't soon forget. Visit thefamilymatters.net to get your tickets today. It's The Family Matters on Saturday, April 30th. Be there.
Anthony Wayne with a 7-1 lead over Bradford in this Wendy's Spring Classic softball matchup, along with Travis Berardi and Brian Skoronsky. I'm Keith Kokinda. Freshman Carly Messenger into pinch hit for Lily Campbell, and she has evened the count at 1-1 by fouling off that pitch. Campbell was 2 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBI. Hamilton's pitch down in the dirt.
That Anthony Wayne dugout continuing to bring it.
And Izzy Hamilton came on in the 3rd inning in relief of starter Nylani Byrice. Got the 3rd out on a called strikeout. She's only allowed 1 hit. That was in the 4th inning to Nowicki. But she misses away there to run the count to 3-1. The way they cheer, you think the score was still 0-0.
But we're having a good time out here.
Oh, absolutely.
Oftentimes, I'd say that's a mark of a good team, just how loud their dugout is.
Outfield fairly deep as Hamilton knocks it down. The play at first, though, they got her. Good play by Byrice.
You know what? That's the second time I've seen a runner slow down as she was approaching the bag, and it's cost them. We saw that once with Triway.
That's right.
In the first game.
1-4-3 officially on that as Hamilton slowed it down enough to allow Byrice to make the play. Otherwise, it's a base hit right through the circle. So that'll bring up Essence Daubelair-Buckman.
Got an update on our other 2 o'clock game. Indian Valley 6, Poland Seminary 3, end of 4.
Dobler-Buckman, a single in 2 trips with an RBI back in the 3rd. She's now made the move to right field after playing in left for the first 3 innings.
Flock of geese flying over top.
Good thing we're undercover. Hamilton gets it in there to even the count at 1-1.
Winner of this game moves on. Will face the victor of the next matchup here on the main field, Keystone, the defending D2 state champions, taking on Kings, the Kings Knights.
I like that set of initials, if nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, we can roll with that, Keith.
Yes. Hamilton at 2-1, fouled off to the left side. I think Dobler-Buckman was a little bit fooled on that pitch. And Hamilton misses downstairs to run the count full. One and 2/3 innings now for Hamilton. She's only allowed the 1 single. That will get through for a base hit. The commentator's curse strikes again.
To say the jinx strikes.
I use the commentator's curse line borrowed from the English football commentators such as Derek Ray and Ian Dark.
It just happens to us in basketball, especially.
Don't
free throw
percentage. Yes,
You've
exactly.
done it a couple times, Brian.
It's happened to me more than twice, too, I can assure you. So Dobler-Buckman with her 2nd hit of the game. And that'll bring up Abby Meyer, the future Ferris State Bulldog. She takes downstairs for one of those. You see Dobler-Buckman down there at first. And Hamilton evens it up at 1-1 with a strike. Wind has shifted again. It's now blowing out more towards left center. Basically from the right field line across our banner out there in left center field. And it's picking up. It's been 20, 25 miles per hour most of the afternoon. The grounder to second. Byrice will make the easy play there at first as Dobler-Buckman advances to second. 2 outs, back to the top of the order with Abigail Kennelly.
Number 19, Abby Kennelly.
The Byrice there went 2 2/3 innings, giving up 7 runs on 7 hits.
9 total hits for Anthony Wayne so far here this afternoon.
And Hamilton finds the outside corner for strike 1. Kennelly 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 2nd. Dobler-Buckman taking a big lead out there off of second after the pitch is thrown, but going back. Infield is mostly in. Fike and Harleman at 3rd and 1st inside the baseline. Miller at shortstop even at the baseline as Kennelly takes upstairs. Outfield playing pretty shallow. Riley Cannon swung way over towards left center field. Barnhorst and right is fairly deep, though. A lot of space in that right center field gap if Kennelly could turn on one, but not that time.
Twos are wild here in the 5th.
Yeah. And Kennelly just barely fouled that one off. She was fooled there. That pitch was well outside.
The ability of running forward, swinging, and making contact.
When I first saw Ichiro Suzuki do that, I was amazed. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
First person I've seen try to do that is a guy named Happy Gilmore.
Looped into short center field for a base hit, and that will score another run for Anthony Wayne. And now Kennelly will go to second on the throw home. So Kennelly with her second hit and an RBI, scoring Dobbler Buckman to make it 8-1.
Used the wind to her advantage. Popped that over the second baseman. Wind knocked it down. It's a ribby.
And also the fact that Riley Cannon was playing way over in left center field made it a very difficult play for her to make between her position and the wind. So Emily Liskey, 2 triples and 3 trips to the plate today. And again, Barnhorst in right field respecting that, playing her deeper than she did their first 2 at-bats. Down in the dirt, but Kennelly will go back to second.
Also, make sure you stay tuned in the post game. Brian will have an interview with our MVP.
Yeah, we'll have to start having some debate, gentlemen, about
Yes.
who we think is worthy.
So there's a couple of names we could have out there as this guy takes a strike. Alani Cannon playing fairly shallow in left field and more over towards the line. Again, a lot of room in left center as now her cousin Riley is back almost in dead center field. And this guy can't catch up to that one for strike 2. Hamilton trying to work out of this inning into right field, and Barnhorst won't get there. It'll score another run for Anthony Wayne.
The second straight batter getting a hit on a 2-2 count.
The third time she's been able to spray one out to right field. Just a single this time. Typically, she's on her way into third right now.
Yeah, she didn't. She got under that one a little bit.
Pitcher, number 15, Brooklyn Patchen.
Now technically the winning run is at the plate.
Yes, Brooklyn Patchen could, if she scores, would make it 11-1 and the run rule win for the Generals. Patchen's been outstanding pitching since she came on. Hits it into center field. Cannon's going to go back. It's over her head to the fence. Liskey around third. Liskey will score. Patchen is going to be into third with a stand-up triple.
Wow, is this girl a player or what? I think that she just kind of put herself at the forefront of the conversation now for MVP in my eyes.
Yes, she did. Patchen with the third triple of the game for the Generals. As you can see, Riley Cannon, no chance to get that ball. That was well hit over her head. So Patchen's first hit of the game scores another run for the Generals to make it 10-1.
Well, we did just ask about who we thought would be the MVP, and I think she answered.
And Kennedy Cowan with a chance to win it for the Generals. Cowan is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored.
And this would be the first D1 victory over a D4 here on the main field.
Yeah, it's been the little guy getting the last laugh, if you will, so far in the first couple of matchups. So Anthony Wayne trying to keep their undefeated record intact here, and just one hit away from doing that.
Hamilton misses outside to even the count at 1-1. Again, Fike and Harleman in tight inside the baselines at the corners. Outfield deep and mostly straight away. Riley Cannon a little shaded over towards left center. Hamilton misses in the dirt. Good block there by Swick, the catcher, to keep the runner at third. That's Brooklyn Patchen, who just tripled. And Hamilton catches the corner there, strike 2.
It's hard to see from back here. You think it's always outside because of the way the catcher catches it.
Yes.
But it's just that inside curve that these pitchers are able to have with that softball that it does catch that corner.
Through the hole, and that will do it. 11-1. Kennedy Cowan drives in the final run to win.
Should be. This
That should
is
be.
bottom of the bottom of the fifth, right?
Yes,
Yep.
bottom of the fifth inning.
Yep, there it is.
That's it. 11-1. Anthony Wayne, the winner. The big inning was the second when they scored 5. And so they'll stay in the winner's bracket while Bradford drop to the loser's bracket. Their opponents will be determined by the next game we have. So there's your final line score. And as you mentioned, Brian Skoronski for player of the game. I definitely think my choice is Brooklyn Patchen, all right.
Let's roll with it.
Yep, we'll do it. So Brian will get a chance to talk to Brooklyn and maybe even Ronald Myers, the Anthony Wayne manager. So stay with us for the rest of the afternoon. Still have 2 more games to go. But Anthony Wayne through to the winner's bracket with the 11-1 win over Bradford. So we'll take a break and be back with the post game. After this, you're watching the Wendy Spring Classic on YouTube and Facebook on OH Report.
Instead of paying for some big-name spokesperson, Kasasa Checking gives that money back to you in cash rewards. In fact, it just bought me this cup of coffee. See how that works? Amazing! Free checking, cash rewards. Take back banking with Kasasa.
Mansfield, Ohio, and surrounding areas, get ready for the extraordinary musical stage play, The Family Matters, coming to the Mansfield Senior High School Auditorium at 7 p.m. on Saturday, April 30th. Featuring an all-star cast of the most talented performers and musicians in all of Ohio. Come out for a night of fun and excitement and a theater experience you won't soon forget. Visit thefamilymatters.net to get your tickets today. It's The Family Matters on Saturday, April 30th. Be there.
Nervous? Oh, Blaze. Brings back so many good memories. Remember our road trip in '97? Our first real heart-to-heart.
I've never seen any of your movies! Not even the ones we're in together!
Hey, do you remember when that stalker kidnapped us?
Yes!
Blaze was there.
Blaze. Do you have barbecue or cheddar jalapeno?
Ooh. Oh, remember when we stumbled into that turf war? Remember when you bought your first house?
Hi! I'm Seth!
Those are good times.
They were golden. You ready?
Seth, do you?
I do.
And Janet, do you?
That's a yes.
I love this lady! Best day of my life!
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware.
Welcome back to the post-game show on OH Report, brought to you by Frito-Lay. There you see the final score. Anthony Wayne Generals winning a run rule win over the Bradford Railroaders, 11-1. It was the second inning that really got things going for Anthony Wayne after they fell behind in the first. With Bradford scored early on, but they scored 5 runs in the second and then 2 in the third, and it finished it off with 4 in the fifth to get the run rule win. We'll go downstairs to Brian Skoronsky, who has Brooklyn Patchett, our player of the game from Anthony Wayne. Go ahead, Brian.
Back now with our OH Report MVP, Brooklyn Patchen, junior standout today. Did a little bit of everything. You did some work in the circle, had the big triple there for the RBI, and then scored the walk-off run. Just tell me your collective overall performance and just kind of assess your value to the team today.
I think it was really helpful that I came in to shut them down for, I don't remember what inning it was, but I mean, I struggled to play a little bit, but getting that last RBI just like really boosted my mood a little bit and helped the team, like, I don't know.
Well, having not had the opportunity to see you girls in person yet this season, we were wondering, is that typically something that you do where Kat will start the game and then you will come in midway through?
Last year I worked like that. Kat was, she was a freshman last year, so she wasn't on varsity, but our last pitcher last year, she would start and then I would come in if I really needed to, so that's kind of how it's been working.
Yeah, it was definitely effective strategy here today, and then you girls off to a 6-0 start, of course. Just evaluate the season overall. What were some of the standards that you guys were expecting coming in, and so far, have you been meeting them?
Our standards, I think we're just come in and have fun and play our hardest, and defending I think Division 4 state champs was like our goal was just to have fun and like beat a good team, and so far that's what we've done.
Yeah, so far we had 2 games here last night where the D4 upset the D1. So here today, the big school holding it down. Moving forward, getting into the semifinals, getting to play here at the Wendy's. Just how cool is this opportunity to go against some of the top teams in the entire state?
I think it's really fun because next week we have good teams coming up in our conference. So playing good teams here is a good warm-up for next week.
All right, Brooklyn Patchen, our MVP. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Back up to you, Keith.
Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you, Brooklyn, for taking the time. The player of the game, sponsored by Adina. So that will do it for this one. The next game coming up here will determine who plays Anthony Wayne and Bradford in the winners and losers bracket, respectively. WendySpringClassic.com is the website where you can keep up with the entire bracket. It is updated throughout the tournament. So on behalf of our entire OH Report crew, and for my co-workers up here in the booth, Travis Berardi and Brian Skoronsky, I'm Keith Kokinda. There's your final score, 11-1. Anthony Wayne Generals with a run rule win over the Bradford Railroaders. Good afternoon from Ashland, Ohio.